Hello everyone, my name is Marissa and I am your Juvenile Services Librarian. Today I'm going to be reading books to you about this week's theme, turtles. After I get done reading the stories, Racheal will come on and explain this week's craft. Let's get started. The first book we'll be reading is called Turtle Island by Kevin Sherry. I'm a giant turtle, and I'm as big as an island. But the ocean is even bigger, and sometimes I get lonely. So imagine my surprise when one day I had visitors. They were shipwrecked, which was bad. But I could fish, which was good. And do you know what? Owl could knit, bear could build, frog could cook, and cat could draw. We all worked together. Suddenly, things were happening. And the sea didn't seem so big anymore. Until we miss our families, Frog said one day. I didn't understand. Wasn't I their family? We have to go home, Bear said. But wasn't I their home? Bear built a ship. Owl knit a sail. Frog packed some food. And Cat gave me a hug. And they sailed away. I was alone again. I couldn't stop thinking about my friends. I tried to stay busy, but things weren't the same. I thought I would be alone forever. So imagine my surprise when one day I saw a boat. And who was in it? My friends. And they had brought something very special. They had brought all of their friends and their families too. This is how Turtle Island started, and how we continue to grow. Look how happy they all are. They're very, very happy. Next up will be another book in the Easy Reader section, and it is called The Box Turtle by Vanessa Roeder. This is one of my favorite books we have about turtles. When the little box turtle hatched, his parents noticed something missing. But they weren't dismayed. They just gave him a name and a shell, both of which fit just right. Now remember, Terrence, you are so much more than just a shell. Terrence's shell kept him dry on the soggiest days, safe from the snoopiest strangers, and on the scariest nights. It was big enough to share. Terrence loved his shell. Until one day, your shell is weird. Suddenly, Terrence's shell seemed too boring, too bizarre, and too big for the little box turtle to bear. So he abandoned it to search for something better. Terrence searched high and low until, wowee, his new shell looked sleek. Eeh! But it showed too much cheek. The search continued. Ooh la la, he looked classy, he looked sassy, he looked just Like Grandma Mildred? He looked for another shell. Oh yeah, he found it. A perfect polka dotty package. Pop! That was positively petrifying. Terence tried shell after shell after shell after shell, but nothing fit. This whole situation stunk a lot. That's it. I give up. Here you go. Scuttle, scuttle. Oh, wow. In that moment, the hermit crab showed what it meant to be a friend. The little crustacean was so much more than just a shell, and maybe Terence was too. Terence knew what he needed. But when he found his old shell, oh no, it had changed. It's okay. We can fix it. Terence patched on soggy days. He toiled on chilly nights. The task grew big enough to share. Finally, the shell was finished. It wasn't sleek or sassy. It was far from perfect and definitely weird. But Terence wasn't dismayed because this little box turtle was so much more than just his shell. The end. Oh, didn't you just love that cute little turtle? He's one of my favorites. Next up, we will read a nonfiction book about turtles called Green Sea Turtles. Now, in this book, there are a lot of little bubbles, and I will tell you that because this is a story time, I'm not going to read all the little bubbles. But if you want to come in and check out this book, Green Sea Turtles, you are more than welcome to come in and take a look at this one and other books like it in the section. What are sea turtles? Green sea turtles are a type of reptile. Reptiles breathe air and have scaly skin. Many turtles live on land, but green sea turtles live in water. Green turtles are not really green. They are usually brownish black. They have a layer of green fat under their shell. That is how they get their name. A habitat is the place where an animal lives. Green sea turtles live in the oceans. The turtles like warm, shallow water. They often stay near the coast. They eat the seagrass that grows there. Young green sea turtles eat plants. They also eat small animals, such as worms and jellyfish. Adult green sea turtles only eat plants. Green sea turtles are built for life at sea. They have flippers instead of legs. This makes them good swimmers. They can see and hear well underwater. Green sea turtles need air. They come to the surface to breathe every few minutes. When they are resting, they can stay underwater for hours. Female green sea turtles lay eggs. They go back to the beach where they were born. This often means a long journey. A female green turtle comes onto the beach. She is clumsy on land. She digs a hole with her flippers. She lays eggs and covers them with sand. Then she goes back to the ocean. A baby turtle has a tooth on its beak. It helps break the eggshell. The baby turtles dig their way out of the sand. Many hatchlings are eaten as soon as they come out. The other hatchlings race to the sea. Some reach the water. They swim out to sea. They are safer here. Green sea turtles are endangered. People used to catch them for food. They made soup from their meat. They ate their eggs. People also caught sea turtles for their skin. It was used to make shoes and handbags. People killed too many turtles. Some boats fish for shrimp. Green sea turtles can get caught in their nets. They can't reach the surface to breathe. People are trying to find ways to make fishing safer. There are laws to protect green sea turtles. It is often illegal to kill them. Beaches and eggs are protected. Rangers protect turtles and eggs. Survival is tough for green sea turtles. Crabs and birds hunt baby turtles. Sharks kill adult turtles. But the main threat is from humans. Green sea turtles need safe oceans. They need safe beaches, too. People need to protect green sea turtles. And then here are some more facts about sea turtles. Well, I don't know about you, but the thing I learned the most about was where they got their name from. I always wondered where they got the name green sea turtle from. The last book for today is called Little Turtle and the Song of the Sea by Sheridan Kane, illustrated by Norma Bergen. Beneath the sand, Little Turtle lay curled tightly in his egg. He could hear the swish, swish, swish of the sea up above him. Little Turtle stretched and wriggled. Soon his eggshell began to crack, and the sand trickled down around him. Come, little turtle, sang the sea. Come, little turtle, come home to me. But the sand became heavy, pressing down on Little Turtle until he thought he would be squashed. Push, little turtle, sang the sea. Push, little turtle, and soon you'll be free. Little Turtle pushed and scooped with his tiny flippers until they ached. Then, with a big heave, he pulled himself up. All around him he saw the bright, twinkling light of the stars. Well done, little turtle, sang the sea. Now, little turtle, hurry home to me. Little Turtle did not know which way to go. He was afraid, for the world looked so big. Turn, little turtle, sang the sea. Turn towards the brightness that shines on me. Little Turtle turned, and as he did so, he saw the round glow of the sun rising upon the sea. Little Turtle went towards the sun, but he heard a sharp cry, and the shape of a seagull swooped towards him. Run, little turtle, sang the sea. Run toward the rocks and you'll be safe. Little Turtle turned towards the rocks with the wind from Seagull's wings beating very close behind him. He scrambled between the rocks to safety, and Seagull flew off with an angry yak. Little Turtle heard scratching and scraping sound. His eyes became wide as a huge claw appeared from under the rock. Crab scuttled out, snapping and threatening Little Turtle with his huge pincher. Look out, little turtle, sang the sea. Hurry, little turtle, hurry home to me. Crab lunged towards him. There was a sharp nip at his tail, but Little Turtle was too fast, and the disappointed crab crawled back under the rock. Come on, little turtle, sang the sea. A few more steps and safe you'll be. But Little Turtle was tired, and he could go no further. He lay in the sand just out of reach of the sea. I'm coming, little turtle, called the sea. She stretched her watery arms toward him. With one last effort, Little Turtle stretched out his flippers, and the sea lifted him gently onto her waves. Welcome home, Little Turtle, sighed the sea. At last, sang Little Turtle, at last I'm free. There he goes. All right. I hope you enjoyed today's books and learned as much as I did. Up next will be Racheal to tell you about this week's craft.
Hi friends, I hope you enjoyed all the stories about sea turtles this week. So for your curbside craft, we are making a styrofoam bowl turtle. So in your kit, you'll get the styrofoam bowl, a green piece of paper, 2 googly eyes, a little container of green paint, and you'll get a toothbrush or a paintbrush. And so both are just for painting. And the toothbrushes are all clean, they've never been used. They came out of a package, but I took them out of the package to put them in here. And so if you get a paintbrush, you're just gonna paint just the same as you would with a regular paintbrush. And then the paint kind of chips off sometimes, so you have to be super careful. But before I painted it, I had, well, it's kind of tricky to draw these on, so I did have a little bit of help with this. But my friend Maddie, she drew these little shapes on here in the center, 3 of those, and then she just drew lines coming out to make it look like a turtle shell. And it was a little tricky, so you might need a grown-up's help, or you can just draw the lines the best you can, or create any pattern for your turtle shell. It's your turtle, so it's up to you. And then be careful with the little paint container. It's sealed and it should be fine. It shouldn't spill in your bag or anything like that. Just be careful when you open it. And then once you're done painting, you'll have to wait for it to dry. And then I took the green paper and I cut like rounded edges here and then a straight edge here. So they're like really long half ovals almost. And so for his head, that's how it looks for his head. And then for his little legs, I just did skinnier, shorter versions of that. And I glued the 2 googly eyes on his head. And then I glued, you're gonna wanna hold these on really well after you glue them because this one kind of fell off. So be careful with that. So then I just kind of glued his legs evenly around. And so there's your styrofoam bowl turtle. And then for your curbside or your printable craft, you're making a 3D sea turtle. So you'll get a piece of paper like this. You'll print that out and then you can color them whatever color you want. I did like a green and brown mixture and then I put 2 little eyeballs on there. And then this line here, you're going to just cut right along that line and then you'll end up with like 2 flaps. You're going to fold one flap over the other one so that it creates a little like tent with a point at the top. And then you'll glue that down and then there's your turtle. So I hope you enjoyed the stories and crafts this week and we'll see you next time.